So I'm kind of guessing somewhere in the title of this video I've put that it's actually about mental health issues and the paranormal. Do we think that they are related? It's a subject that fascinates me, as I do suffer with mental health issues, and you see a lot of people going around in the paranormal field who also have mental health issues. So it always fascinates me, is there a correlation to it? I don't know whether there is. So this is where you'll come into this at the end, with your comments and all that. Just to see, I want to go through a few things. I'm not going to go into any great depth because, perfectly honest with you, it's a big subject. I'm just going to mention a few different things that could maybe be on the side of no, it doesn't, and it's all mental health based, and some that, reasons why it could make you more open to the paranormal. I think with depression, obviously, anybody who has suffered with depression or who knows anything about depression or who's cared for anybody who's had depression will know that one of the major things when you're so deeply depressed and down is thoughts of death. Now, when you're thinking about death on a more or less daily basis or even a constant basis in some cases, can that leave you more open to the fact that you think you are seeing something death related, like a ghost, like some kind of demon or demonic force, or is it your mind playing games on you? Are these things all in your head because you're constantly thinking about death? Panic attacks are kind of the same thing. Again, one of the major things when you're having a panic attack is that you think you are going to die. There is no ifs, ands, buts and maybes. You don't sit there hyperventilating thinking, no, it's okay, I'm going to get over this. You literally do think you are going to die and you cannot see a way out of it. So again, when you're in that state, you are oxygen deprived, things like that. Have you had an experience where you're in that state and you've had an experience because of, you're deprived of oxygen and you think you've seen something, and then you've carried it through to your normal day life, even though it's only an episode from either a depression or a panic attack. I think schizophrenia is going to be self-explanatory. They have hallucinations. I suffer greatly with anxiety. I also suffer with depression, but I also suffer with anxiety. So when you suffer with anxiety, your senses are hyper aware. I'm hyper aware of everything going on around me. I could see a dust particle floating over there and I'm like, what's that? It's not paranormal, I could see a shadow going past and it'd be like, it's just that I'm absolutely, totally and utterly hyper aware of everything that goes on around me. I see a lot of people with I'm going to try and say this, but it's one of those words that I struggle with, fibromyalgia. Basically they have widespread pain of the body. I don't know much about it, to be honest with you, but I did go and have a quick look, and apparently stress can be a trigger of a more serious episode. So again, the stress factor comes into it. Are they more aware? Has the pain beaten them down? Because that's another thing, isn't it? Anybody who's suffered any kind of long-term pain has got to have some kind of sleep deprivation. We know sleep deprivation can cause some kind of hallucinations, or even if it's just not, the body is just that sore, that wore down, that much in pain, that, they tend to try to get away to a safe place, shall we say. Phobias is something I suffer with greatly as well. Sometimes you're scared to touch, see, hear things, eat things, Again, it goes back to the hyper awareness thing. You can't do anything because you think you might have a kind of reaction to it, or something's going to happen, or, So all these kind of different illnesses, I know I've only covered a few, and like I said, if I actually did them all, we'd be here a long time. All these kind of things kind of lend themselves to it just being medical. I mean, now I don't know whether this is true. I was reading something about epilepsy, and a certain type of epilepsy can cause hallucinations, can cause you to kind of talk in tongues and things like that. And they think that a few of the cases that people have said are supposed possessions, demonic possessions, are actually severe, absolutely severe, the far end of the spectrum, epilepsy. So when you look at things in that way, and I haven't gone deeply into it, and I'm not, this is, I kind of want you to, come in and give me your tuppence worth, as we say over here, on the situation, and give me your opinions. It just really fascinates me for the, it is paranormal side of it, the reason why we are interested in the paranormal, people who suffer. Now, like I said, I do kind of sit on the fence, but this kind of, what I'm going to say now, makes more sense to me in a lot of ways. When you do suffer with any form of mental health issues, somebody who's suffered severe pain for a long time, those kind of things, I think it can leave you more open. And I'm not saying you've got, direct line to heaven or hell or the abyss or wherever it is. I'm just saying it can leave us more understanding and open, and our body's in a state where we're more sensitive to it and more aware, because we struggle in life every day. And sometimes I think people with severe mental health issues kind of feel a step outside of the norm. You know what it's like, that fly on the wall kind of scenario where you're watching down. I kind of think sometimes people with mental health issues feel like that. We feel a step out of life. And, what else is there if that isn't what the paranormal is? I don't know what else to say. And I do believe, you see, although I'm very sceptical, I won't, because I've been going through a lot of issues lately, and this is kind of one of the reasons I've done this. I won't and will never do a spirit box session while I am the way I am now. I've gone through a lot of issues. Like I said, don't wash my dirty laundry in public, but I've gone through a lot. And so I won't do that, purely and simply because I don't want to leave myself more open to anything negative coming through, or, something that's just not going to be nice. I don't believe in demons, but I do think there's negative spirits. So I don't want to force an issue. I don't want to not be able to, when I tell them to step back, because my intent isn't there because of my illness. So I won't practice anything paranormal while I'm actually like this. So yeah, I do think we are more aware, and I think that's why a lot of people in the paranormal actually have mental illnesses or some kind of illness that causes them that depression or stress or anxiety, whether it's pain or whatever it is. And I do think that's what it is. I think it just makes us more aware to things on the outside, because we kind of live our lives on the outside. I'm not saying I'm a medium. I'm not saying I'm a sensitive in any way, shape or form. I'm not. I'm probably about as sensitive as a concrete block. But what I do think it does is opens us up somewhat. It opens us up to the possibilities, because of how we feel in our lives, because of the situations we see. And anybody who's in the paranormal and has mental health issues, I'm sure they have their own thoughts on it. But to me, it just makes me more aware, more open to the possibilities. And because I always feel that step, I'm just more willing to try, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, you've listened to me ramble for a while. I don't usually do videos this long, as you all know, but I do find it a very interesting and worthy topic. But I don't think it's an easy topic. I don't think it's a topic where we're going to get an easy answer, to be honest with you. So what I want you to do, and I don't often say do the comment thing, in fact I very rarely do the like and subscribe thing, but because this is really interesting to me, if you could put your comments in, let me know your experiences, let me know if you do suffer with any mental health issues, because it's a subject that I probably will cover again, maybe do a live or something like that on it, and have some people who are being, you know, quite a severe sufferer of it myself. It does ring true, and you know, it is like home for me. So anyway, do the commenty thing and let me know. And I want to thank everybody for the lovely, absolutely lovely supporting comments on my last video. I'm not ready to get back into doing spirit boxes or anything like that yet, again, like I said, but I'm still here and still around, and I'm getting better, and I'm getting there. Thanks a lot. Take care, everybody. Bye.